Live was originally going to be only about sales. And it was that the topic is the lotto or a guarantee. And the reason for it was the thought of, and I think this is true for a lot of folks, and it's been true for me in the past, and even sometimes I get caught into this thing where I'm looking for that one thing that's going to just push me over the edge and get me all the way to where I want to go, in in one step. And I think that's really true for salespeople when they're out there searching for that one deal that's gonna make their month, their year, or even career. And what I see more often than not, and I've had, I don't know, 1,500 salespeople or 2,000 salespeople that have been uh, employed by me, and I've trained over the years. Um, I've never seen that. I've never seen that actually work. The one deal changing life. It's always been increments, one after the other after the other, and those stacking up to a point where there's this income that just keeps coming in and growing and growing and growing over time, and confidence more so than income. Each win creates more confidence. And I think that's true in life, right? And so, so what do we do to get there? What do we do to to get to a point where we're not looking for that lotto and we're looking for incremental growth? And there's a few steps to that. Number one is understanding that all great things come in increments, and all you need to do is look for the people that you thought were were sort of these unicorns that created million or billion dollar companies from scratch, and listen to their stories. And their stories are almost always similar. It's we fought, we made nothing, we made nothing, we made nothing, and then 8, 10, 15 years later, they have these behemoth companies that came out of all their incremental wins. And in order to get these incremental wins and to be able to celebrate them and keep your momentum, measurement comes into play. So number one is to focus on these increments and winning. And these increments, a lot of times, are may not even feel like wins. They're activities. And so focusing on these activities that are likely to create wins in the end and celebrating those on a daily basis, that's the number one thing. And that's in sales and in my experience in life. And so focusing on these steps that it's gonna take to get to where we want to go, and then that measurement on a daily basis to say, hey, I've taken these steps, and then the celebration that we're taking them over and over and over again, and that's what I've seen. And I've had people that were employees making $25,000 a month in my companies, and they all have the same thing in common. It was they weren't worried about, they were never trying to get the one deal. They were just like, whatever deal was in front of them, they would get that, and the next and the next and the next. And I think that's a cue for us. For myself, I forget it also, especially when I'm not doing it my best. I forget it because I'm looking to make up ground, and making up ground is still done in the increments. It's still the step. Each step leads us to another level of skill. And if we're growing in that time, that's a step also to grow ourselves, to go to, maybe we go to a conference and we learn something about sales or marketing or value chain. Like a lot of us are going through BM2 with the Tony Robbins group in a few weeks. That is about making sure that our clients are taken care of, right? And value chain, all value chain is, if you don't know what value chain is, it's the process that a customer goes through, and the process that the back end of or front end of our team goes through to make sure that somebody is taken care of once they do become a customer. And frankly, all the way from the start, from the first piece of messaging they hear from us. And so how do we handle all of that? And so that's the whole process of it. And you know what? We got a bird coming up to us right here, and some kids playing with it. Look at that. Sorry for the interruption, but kind of cool, kind of cool. But those pieces are always going to be the steps. So if you're out there right now and not happy with where you are right now, in life or in business or anything else, think of the small increments that you can take over the few days and let those stack up, because that's what wins the game, and it will always be what wins the game for us. And so until tomorrow, enjoy, and I'll see a lot of you next week. Bye.